Hi guys, today we're doing an introduction into the ukulele and learning how to play two different pieces. So as we know, the ukulele is a small stringed instrument that has 4 strings. We can see that the open strings of the ukulele are here. So if we go from the 4th string to the 1st, the 4th one is G, then the 3rd one is C, then the 2nd one is E, and the 1st one is A. And the reason you've got a picture of a piano there is because it's important for these strings to sound like those notes. So on my piano, you tell me whether they sound the same. G, C, E, A. G, C, E, A. That's pretty good. Well, the reason they need to be the same and the reason they need to sound like those notes is because all the ukulele chords that we learn need to be played in tune, otherwise they won't sound in harmony. The open strings, remember, is when we play without pressing any of these frets down, so when we don't have anything being pressed here. The chord symbols used to play on the ukulele are really different to those on the guitar because, like we just learned, the ukulele strings are tuned to something different, but also because there's only 4 chords. So these are the chords for I'm Yours. C, and then G, which is pretty tough because you need 3 fingers. Then A little m, which stands for A minor, and then F. Remember, A minor is this chord that sounds a little bit sadder. That's why we call it minor, and it also has a different structure with the scale notes that are used. So let's play them again. Okay. So if you have a look at the strumming pattern that we've got here, you'll hear it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it changes to G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't need to go through all of that, but basically wherever you see a little dash, that's where we're going to strum the string. So this is a really, really easy strumming pattern, and what you might like to do in your performance groups is to figure out something that's a bit more interesting, and maybe think about what the original song is singing. Okay, let's have a look at Riptide, and we can see the chords in Riptide are A minor, then G, and then C. Our previous strumming pattern was a really easy one that went 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we stay on C twice. Okay, so if we did that, it would be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, because we all know about notation, we're not actually going to use that strumming pattern. We're going to rub that out, and we're going to look at something a little bit more interesting and write it up here. So the strumming pattern for this particular piece is like this in 4/4. It goes dum, dum, dum. So I'll do the counts underneath for you. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's dum, 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 and then we do it again. This little sign here is a double bar line, as we know, but then when we add 2 little dots, we call it a repeat sign, and it means to play it over and over again. So if we play these chords in this pattern, it sounds like this. And again. So A minor, G, C, C, A minor, G, C. And you notice we play C twice, and we repeat that same strumming pattern, so we just keep going on and on. if you would like to play this a bit slower, of course you can. And if we played it in a tempo of 1, 2, 3, 4, it's... So you can see that's quite slower. We were just playing that in what we call a phrase. So this is phrase number 1, which is A minor, then G, then C, and then C. Now in your performance groups, once you've got the handle of that, then you can start to put the vocals with it as well. So if I play it quite slow and then I can sing along with it, it'll sound a little bit slower than what our original song is, but you get the idea. So it's I was scared of the dentist and the dark. So you might need someone to play and then someone else to sing, and then you can work on building up so that you can do both at the same time. Our next piece is an extension activity piece, and this is Yellow by Coldplay on the ukulele, and we're learning a new chord with this one, and the new chord is E minor, which we can see down the bottom here. We're also learning D. That's a new one as well. So we know G, it sounds like this, and we know C, it sounds like this, and then we have a new one which is E minor and it sounds like this. E minor again. Remember, a minor chord was one that sounded a bit sadder. And then we've got D, which is another new one. Now you can see that this 2, 3, and 4 relates to the fingers that you'll use. So if we have a little picture of a hand here, this is 2, 3, and 4. But some people might like to do a bar chord, which is where you place one finger across all of the strings, and you can still play it like that. So we'll leave it at that for today. If you're up to the extension activity, then that's excellent. Leave it on this slide, on this section of the video, so that you can have a look at this. On Edmodo, we also have posted the audio tracks, so we've got the actual songs that you can listen to and play along.